So welcome to the 40th session of How to Lead When You Are Not in Charge. And today we are reading this portion with the theme People Leave Managers, Not Jobs. People's opinions of you are not going to drastically change once you are in charge. Just because people respect your position of authority does not necessarily mean they will respect you. I hope now the fonts are very clear, right? Suddenly gaining authority will not have the power to reverse or improve your reputation. If the people you work with did not respect you before you held a position of power, then the respect you may or may not receive at the top will be superficial. And definitely we are not aiming for this superficial leadership or influence. It's important to understand and manage the influence you have now, so you know what to do on that day when you finally get the promotion. So it is the preparation that we are doing. What to do on that day when you finally get the promotion you have been hoping for. Otherwise, you might end up being the boss people hate working for. Don't believe that's possible. Consider this. A Gallup study showed that 50% of people who leave their jobs do so because of their bosses. 50%. If two people have left under your employment, odds are one of them left because of you. ये case. How many leaders think to take responsibility for someone leaving? This is also a very good question, because many times they think that okay, it is their problem, not the problem of the leader who is leading. The quality of any individual's job will be determined by three key variables: what you do, whom you do it with, and how much money you make. These are the three variables. Let's understand in detail. Or to put it another way, it all comes down to the what, the who, and the dollar bills. Dollar bills, why all? I'm not sure. If anyone knows what is it, what does it mean, please share. Okay, let's see. If the who, the co-worker and the boss are not enjoyable, then either the work or the pay has to be great. I would argue that if we were to rank these three things in order of importance, the who would be at the very top of the list. It is always at the top of the list, the who. If you have ever worked...
dollar bill is dollar bills. It is dollar is referring to dollar.
Dollar bills. Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And what is this why all?
Why all I don't know, but dollar is dollar.
Okay. Let's ask the AI. Let's see if it is getting some answer. By that time, we'll proceed anyway. Okay. Then, where were we? If you have ever worked a job you hate with people you love, then you know exactly what I am talking about. Being surrounded by great people can make doing even menial tasks enjoyable. This is the art actually. Even the menial task also enjoyable. That is possible. If we are being surrounded by great people. That's the leadership. Just look at Jim and Pam from The Office. This is actually a series that is available, I think, in Amazon Prime or Netflix. One of there actually, I have seen this. Well, I'm yet to watch this. It's a very nice series, and many of the leadership sessions actually they have given the reference of this particular series. So let's see when let's keep this in our watch list. Both of them seem to stick it out in a less than desirable office culture because they had each other. Even a well-paying job can be pretty miserable if the people or the work is not enjoyable. And we know it is really true. Maybe we have experienced it. Why all is slang for you all? Okay, you all. Okay. Thank you so much. So one of you can take over from here if you want. Suman, you want to take over?
जी 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 Making your success our success. As a leader, it is your responsibility to create an environment where people enjoy their work and find meaning in it. You also need to create a team environment where others enjoy working with you. If people enjoy working with you, it is more likely they will potentially enjoy working for you. What kind of working relationship do you want to cultivate? Those where your success is seen as success for those you work with? Solomon says, when the righteous thrive, the people rejoice. When the wicked rule, the people groan. Do others celebrate your success? Are your co workers happy when you thrive in your work? If the answer to both of these questions is yes, then keep doing exactly what you are doing. If the answer is no, or you are not sure, think about what you need to change in order to be a leader worth cheering for. This matters now because it will matter later. The best way to be the type of leader people want to celebrate is to care deeply about the people you work with. Effective leaders are inclusive. When they succeed, the people around them succeed. A rising tide lifts all boats. They create environments where people at every level of the company want to work hard because they know everyone benefits when everyone is working at full potential. Inclusive leaders do not isolate themselves as authoritarian figures. Rather, they include themselves in the discussion as influential innovators. These leaders know the best thing they can do for themselves is to push those around them to be their best. These are the type of leaders people celebrate. Why? Because they feel like they are a part of that person's success. Again, let's take a look at Jesus. There is no disputing that he was the leader of his disciples. Clearly, he was the guy in charge. But did Jesus keep the disciples around so they could serve him and do the jobs he did not want to do? No, he surrounded himself with disciples so he could teach and train them. He was preparing them to carry on the momentum of his ministry. He was entrusting them with his mission. So he leveraged his power like a counterweight to build others up. In Matthew 10, Jesus sends the disciples into towns and villages to heal the sick and spread the gospel. But he did not just send them out and hope for the best. No, he equipped them. He told the disciples where to go, what to say, what to do, and even what to take. BB 6 to 10. He also spent time encouraging them and warning them about the job ahead of them. That is the leadership. Obviously, Jesus could have done everything he told the disciples to do himself. He did not give them tasks he was capable of doing. nor was he being lazy by micromanaging. He was forcing them to live up to their potential. That is what we are called to the leaders, and that is something we can do whether we are in charge or not. It is not saying, what can you do to make me look better? It is saying, what can I do to make you be better? Jesus didn't use his authority to boss the disciples around. He used his influence to make them reach their fullest potential. It is this type of leadership that people are eager to work under. Leaders who focus solely on their own success are everywhere, and leaders who focus on the success of those under them are rare. Are you the
Yes.
type of lead? Ji,
I think, give me a second. Huh. Yeah. Continue.
are you the type of leader what makes other better? When people watch the way you lead, do they want to be like you or do they want to be as different from you as possible? Because not only do leaders make those around them better, they live and lead in a way that is worth emulating.
Very true. So let's discuss last 3 minutes remaining. Let's discuss the main points. There are a lot of questions actually I see that author has given, which we can ask and reflect upon to understand whether we are in the right direction or not, whether we are qualified to become a good leader before we are getting that position. It may or may not be possible that we are in that position, but definitely when we get that position, is it that we are ready or not? That we need to check. And for I feel few questions are really great. One of them is like what we ask, like what you do. The qualities of any individual job will be determined by three key variables: what you do, whom you do it with whom we do, and how much money you make. These are the three variables. And the first one is the most important: with whom actually we are doing this job. If that is not, if one of them is not working, it's okay if the other two are kind of existing. But the most important thing is with whom actually we are working. If we are working with great leaders, then the menial task also can be somewhere actually I've seen. The menial task also, they make it more enjoyable because they live not for their success, but to celebrate the success of their co-workers also. And their co-workers also reciprocate in the same manner when they see their boss or their leader as successful. So this is one of the questions that we need to keep checking, that if when we as a leader are successful, our co-workers are happy, or our co-workers are actually feeling that no, this person has stolen our idea or our effort and become the famous king. Such kind of things actually should not happen.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then this inclusive leader, about inclusive leader also author has given some hint. What is an inclusive leader? Who do not isolate themselves as an as authoritarian figure, whether they include themselves in the decisions as influential innovators. They include themselves in the discussion as influential innovator. No, you have to do like this. No, not like that. They discuss and they try to influence with their innovative skills. So that influence automatically bring the best out of the discussion. But one who is authoritarian, they will always try to impose whatever they are saying that should be only implemented, even though that is not very positive or innovative. Yeah, Sumanji, you want to say some
Yeah,
points?
one line up it was rising tide. The rising tide This line. A rising tide lifts all boats. Yeah, it is also very impressive that a rising tide, I think here referring to the influential leader, that it is referring to the team, that all the team looks up its growth in the influential leader.
Very true. Although, like when the tide comes, everyone gets the lift. It is not
Yes,
only the leader is getting the lift or getting the opportunity to rise. So the tide rises everyone. So similarly, we need to become a leader who whose success actually lifts everyone.
yes.
Anything else from and this is also very true, no? People leave their managers but not the jobs.
Not jobs, yes.
And that is happening at least.
So how many leaders take the responsibility when their team workers they leave the job?
Yeah. This is also very important to ask. Like if they try to reflect why the person has left, then definitely they will try to make some amendment if that's kind of due. Otherwise, they will continue as is. Then he did not give them. This is also very true. The great leader, they do not give the task that they are incapable of doing, nor if they're feeling lazy or they try to micromanage while the teammates are doing the things. These are the traits that great leaders never do. Great leaders never do.
Yes, example of Jesus is also given very nicely that how he equipped them, prepared them to uh, for the assignments. He did not use them for his own purpose that they the team to serve him. Rather, he some lines were there of Jesus.
Here only. So leaders, what like here mentioned, no? Jesus did not use
Yes,
his authority to boss the disciples around. He used his influence to make them reach their fullest potential.
yes.
The influence actually made the difference. So tomorrow we are going to read the topic make a leadership list, where we will read the do's and don'ts of great leadership, and probably if time permits, then we'll take up the next section also, where it talks about your place in line.
This is the last chapter. No?
This is the last chapter. We just have 7 more pages to complete the book. Okay. Thank you, Sumani, for
Okay.
joining.
Yeah. Thank you, Vikashji. Thank you.